Welcome to Crazy Mom TV. I am your host, Genesis Hay Crick. Thank you for being with us today. We are going to be talking about how can I organize my crazy day? And so many of us go through the day-to-day processes feeling overwhelmed and burdened with so many things that we have to get done. And yet we forget about all of the things that we need to do in terms of taking care of ourselves. Well, I'm going to provide you some tips today where we're really going to be focusing on how we can be more effective in the day-to-day, but also in the moment. Literally moment by moment is what completes a day. And if we are consciously aware of what we are doing, we are going to feel so much better when we go to bed at night. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is time blocking. Time blocking is something that we can measure out really easily if we just select specific times in a day that are going to be specified for that time period. So what I like to do is tell my clients, pick a couple of times throughout the day that really make sense for the me time that is necessary. So let's look at, for example, the first hour of the day when you wake up. How much time are you spending doing things that are frivolous, tedious, and maybe not necessary? If we look at what we're doing throughout the day and we measure the amount of time where we're actually able to get things done, we might be kind of surprised. So in terms of time blocking, if we look at an hour, say you're looking at an hour, and we want to be able to take a little bit of time for ourselves. Look at, I like to use this actually. I have a timer that actually is something that I can look at physically, so I know that my time is gonna be 100% accurate, right? So if I'm working for 25 minutes, I can take a 5-minute break after that 25 minutes. So literally, time yourself for 25 minutes, and then once that timer goes off, either give yourself a 5 or 10-minute break. That allows you to be refreshed and kind of slow things down a little bit with all of the other things happening. Number 2, the second tip that I would like to provide is to create a system where you use color codes on a daily basis. So, for example, I also use stars, but this is what I have for us today. I want us to be able to determine how efficient we are at the tasks that are being completed on a daily basis. So if you're having a really, really great day, you might want to put down a yellow. If you're having a bad day, maybe you want to put down an orange. And that allows us to look at our days and say, maybe this is working, maybe this isn't working, and make some adjustments where necessary. So I like to label these specifically next to the task that we have written down that isn't good or maybe might need to be moved around somewhere. So take an opportunity to use some color coding every single day to allow you to see what changes are necessary. And for a lot of my clients, this has really been effective in terms of ways that they can create positive changes and feeling less overwhelmed. The third thing I'd like to share with you is taking 2 15-minute breaks as a refresher, a restart throughout the day. And literally what I do with this is I take my notebook or my journal or my agenda planner and I look at the times and I decide when do I want to take those breaks. Because if you actually write it down and you're able to have a visual of when you want to have those breaks, it's going to make all the difference in the world. Because we can think about it, we can dream about it, but all of those are not going to initiate action. So if we actually are writing it down and putting something on paper, we're a lot more likely to make it happen. I think that these 3 things will change your life if you allow them to be able to be utilized. And if you just take the time to make subtle, small changes, it can make a big difference. So that concludes our segment of Crazy Mom TV today. Remember, we're around every single Wednesday. We have a new segment, and it's all great content for the busy, busy mamas. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to continue following us.